Today we are going to have second lesson of textbook Flamingo. Prose lesson 2 is titled Lost Spring. Stories of Stolen Childhood, written by Anees Jung. Anees Jung is an Indian author, journalist and columnist. She hails from an aristocratic family in Hyderabad. Having studied in India and abroad, she began her career in writing as a journalist and editor. Her works are usually about poor children and women. She tries to give us insights to the life of these people. The lesson Lost Spring. The title itself is symbolic of lost childhood. As you know, spring is the beginning stage of a seasonal cycle. It is the stage that brings happiness and joy. It is full of colors and liveliness. Similarly, childhood is the beginning stage of human life. A child is supposed to be enjoying life without any restrictions and burdens. His life is supposed to be filled with dreams and wonders. But lost childhood, lost spring refers to that all the brighter sides of the life which actually a child is supposed to have and enjoy, they are missing. They all are taken away from him and replaced by burdens of life. Thus, the lesson Lost Spring, through two parts, gives us a glimpse of that lost childhood the children are facing. The lesson is having two themes basically. One, life of poor children who are forced to work. So we are talking about child labor, exploitation, burdened life. And another, denied education and their other rights. They have no education, they are not able to get proper food, they are not able to live in proper houses, they do not find love and care easily around them. At the same time, the lesson through its two different stories is talking about indifference and cruelty shown by upper class of society and the people in power. We are able to see the two distinct sides of the society based on economic background. In this video, we are going to take up part 1. Sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. This is the subtitle in a part that has been given to us because we are talking about rag pickers. You need to understand a rag picker is one who actually is looking into the garbage, trying to find certain valuable items so that he can sell them off to the junk dealer and gain money and support his survival. So in this one, we are going to talk about few rag pickers lifestyles. Now, when we are talking about, definitely we cannot simply talk about each and every rag picker. Anees Jung has picked up one character and through his life we are going to learn about different rag pickers. This part 1, titled Sometimes I Find a Rupee in the Garbage, is a story of Saheb. His full name is Saheb-e-Alam. The meaning of the name is Lord of the Universe. Saheb-e-Alam means Lord of the Universe. If you have a look, there is irony in the name because this boy Saheb is actually a rag picker, while the name's meaning is Lord of the Universe. Saheb has come from Dhaka in 1971. He lost his home and green fields due to storm there and was forced to shift to another region for his and his family's survival. He says he looks for gold, that is something valuable, precious, that can fetch more money, in the garbage dump. He wants to attend a school and gain education, but doesn't attend one. Reason, his poverty doesn't let him attend any school. He has no footwear, he has no chappals. He wants to have a comfortable life, no struggle in life, but that is not the case. Children like Saheb-e-Alam, who are doing the rag picking job, they are looking for chappals. They want to have chappals. The idea here is not just a chappal or a footwear they are talking about, because a chappal is representation of the life they are leading. So children, many a times they are ashamed, but they do not express this feeling of feeling ashamed. So when our author Anees Jung, while talking to them, she asked that why you are not wearing chappals. Different children they come across and they give different reasons for each other. Like one says, my mother didn't bring them down from the shelf. So I do have them, I do own a pair, but my mother didn't do, and I'm not tall enough to get them down myself, so I'm not wearing. Other one, he is very blunt and open about it. He says that he doesn't own any pair. Another one says that whenever he wears, he usually is not comfortable, so he throws them off. And one did point out that actually walking barefoot is a tradition. If you do see, many a times people are seen walking barefoot. Inside a home, definitely it is considered as hygienic. But when you are walking outside, definitely someone who is not having a chapel, if he is ashamed of it and says that it's a tradition that he's supposed to walk barefoot, then our author says that actually the children they were giving an excuse to explain away a perpetual state of poverty they were in. So to hide the very poor state they are in, they simply say that it's a tradition to walk bare feet. Now these very rag pickers, they are living in Simapuri. After migrating from Bangladesh, roughly around 20,000 families are living there. Now these 20,000 rag pickers that are living there, they are leading a life that is really difficult to imagine for someone who is living in the national capital, Delhi. So they live in Simapuri, a place on the periphery, on the outskirts of Delhi, but this very place is metaphorically miles away from Delhi. When we are saying metaphorically miles away from it, actually Anees Jung is trying to express the stark contrast between the two environments. Capital Delhi, it is having an urban lifestyle. People are living in much better condition. It being nation's capital, definitely people, they are having facilities easily available to them. While the people who are migrants from Bangladesh settled in Simapuri in 1971, they are living in really bad living conditions. And Sahib's family is one of them. What kind of living conditions they are saying? They say mud houses are there. They don't have the proper roofs. If you have a look, we are talking about the people living in the mud houses with tin and tarpaulin roofs. The roofs that are not concrete properly. They lack proper sewage, drainage, or running water. All the houses, they are so close to each other, it gives a very cramped feeling. And in a house also, they are having the cramped living style. Reason being because small house and many people are living there. These very people who are living there, not only they are lacking the basic amenities of survival, but at the same time they do not have any identity. They do not have proper permits to work and earn better living conditions for themselves. They do have their names on ration cards to enable them buy grain, but at the same time, no one recognizes them except when the votes are to be cast. So these very people, they have never been considered as a proper part of the capital Delhi. No one has been paying attention to them until elections are there. So our author Anees says that survival in Simapuri, the living conditions already we have seen, they are really bad. Survival in Simapuri, that is equivalent to rag picking. Both adults as well as children, they do this work. Children become partners in survival. Over years, they have considered this rag picking, learned different ways to make it go faster, and at the same time earn them more money. It has become an art for them. So they have actually trained themselves in rag picking. No other task they are able to go for. Reason, lack of education. And why lack of education? Because they are poor. But after this, we can see a contrast. For children, the meaning of rag picking is different than rag picking is for adults. For children, rag picking is wrapped in wonder. Why wonder? It is like they are every day going to look for something new. And in case they find a rupee or a 10 rupee note, then they are becoming more enthusiastic to look for more. While for adults, this complete task of rag picking is nothing but a means of survival. For them, garbage is precious because it is the one that is earning bread and roof over their heads. So, one of such days, our author finds that Saheb is wearing shoes of discarded shoes of some rich boy. The shoes have been discarded because they have become little torn, damaged, and rich person's son definitely doesn't want to embarrass himself. Saheb is not bothered about the condition of the shoes. And when author meets him and he is wearing shoes, he is actually standing outside a playground watching a game of tennis going on inside. So when author wants to know that would he like to be inside, why is he watching, the idea Saheb gives is no. He knows that playing such a game that is meant for rich people is totally off limits for him. For him, just having shoes defines his limit. For him, getting shoes is like a dream come true because he had been bare feet earlier. So, for him, small achievements matter. Days pass and Our author again comes across Saheb. Now, this boy Saheb, he is working in a tea stall. He gets 800 rupees salary plus all meals. Now, if we have a look at the situation, this boy Sahib should be happy because early he was doing the task of rag picking. He had to struggle for his meals and not enough money he could earn. If we have a look, right now he is getting 800 rupees plus all meals. But he is not happy. The reason being, he has lost the carefree look, the freedom he was having while he was doing the rag picking job, he has lost. His bag that he used to carry on his shoulder during the rag picking, it might seem really huge one compared to the steel milk canister that he is carrying nowadays in the morning while fetching milk from the shop. But that bag belonged to him, while the steel canister is owned by the tea stall owner. So he feels that he is no longer his own master, his own right to think, enjoy his life, do whatever he wanted to do, and be happy, even they have been taken away. So this part one is actually about the rag pickers. And these rag pickers, what kind of life they are leading, we had seen through the eyes of Saheb-e-Alam as perceived by our author Anees Jung.